Hello and welcome back to Loren, the Amazon Princess. This is part 22, I think. And after spending most of yesterday doing the various character side quests, a lot of which were very interesting, very enjoyable, I'm now going to do the Castle of Namar DLC expansion. So, let's head over here. The castle by the sea that once looked abandoned now looked like it had been lived in for ages. Windows were lit, the grounds were well kept, and the architecture had been repaired. The infamous Castle of Namar has been reoccupied. I don't understand. There ain't supposed to be any lords here. Why not? The people of this land were once massacred, and in their death, their bitterness cursed this land. No crops will grow, no good animal will tread it, and the caravans that pass through the area are never seen again. Every attempt to live in the castle has ended with the untimely death of the inhabitants. It's haunted. It's plagued with vampires. This isn't the first time the Amazons have had to get rid of them. The souls of the murdered continue to find no rest. May peace finally come to those who lost their lives here. Though, they're already at peace. You're just being a party crasher now. Let's hurry. They have our Amazon sisters. They closed in on the sinister castle. The sky darkened and the wind stopped. I don't like it here. Falling dust pulled their attention to the top of an archway. High above them, they saw winged grotesques crackling to life as if they had not moved in hundreds of years. Gargoyles, protecting the castle from intruders. Prepare yourselves. That's not all. More protectors of the castle emerged. This time it was a pack of inferno hounds. Their growls weren't warnings, but signals of their attacks. Watch out! The hounds and the gargoyles descended upon the group almost at the same time. Okay, yeah, don't just want Loren fighting these guys solo, right. Back to my primary party, and then I want you, and probably you in the back row. Yeah, because all these guys are going to be vulnerable as anything to blizzard. Wow, they're fast. Painful, but nothing I can't handle. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you are, you're critically weak to water. You're resistant to everything but air. That's okay, Draco's got both. So I think I'll hit you with the beams.
Why are you doing this?
Won't do much against the front row, but it will do a lot of damage against the back row, which is fine. And one of those would finish that back row. One of those would critically weaken the front row.
Try this on for
worth
size.
doing. Three. And then Eleanor, strike the centre. Whoa, his health is pretty low. When the hell did that happen? Didn't actually notice that before. Getting regeneration up. Okay, Loren. I use pommel strike 3 to ensure the kill. Oh, he's going down. Good. Seriously, when the hell did his health get that low? Well, I can resurrect him without any problems.
They were not a working match. Care to explain why you let me fall?
Because I didn't notice your health had gone down, mate. Sorry. What can I say? I'm a terrible leader. Tanuki. Allies but not do much of it to defend. That's Draco. Annihilate the back row, please. The back row dealt with. Loren is paralysed. Use Healing Touch. Nature's Touch 3 rather, and let's get everybody back to fighting fit. Pretty fast, that thing, I've got to say. Striking some damage.
like
hit it
you.
with some damage. Okay, decent fight. Need to pay attention when people get injured. That could have been a problem. The gargoyles crumbled into lifeless rubble. Loren swept her blade masterfully at the final hound in her way. Why won't you die? The hound was still standing its ground against all odds. I know those eyes. That beast is fighting for someone besides itself. Karen had to close her eyes suddenly to keep from seeing Loren's blade make its final strike. It's dead now. Some looked down on the hound, as though regretting that it had to die after fighting so valiantly. Others, such as Loren, thought nothing of it. But in the silence, they all heard the whimpering of a hound. They froze and turned back around. An inferno hound that they had all thought long dead whimpered louder and stood up. It clawed its way over to the resisting hound that Loren had just skewered. It was almost impossible not to be moved by how the beast sniffed and whimpered over the hound's dead body, as if it was capable of feelings like them. The mourning hound then howled loudly up into the sky, the voices of each of its heads creating a piercing symphony. That poor thing. Did we kill its sweetie? No, it is a juvenile. His parent. Karen stepped towards the hound, but Loren stopped her. Mother! Would you rather give it the quick death it deserves? Kill it? After we come here and kill its mommy? Our apologies to kill it. Loren was tight-lipped as Draco stormed past Karen. Draco! The hound stopped howling and jumped back, growling at Draco. Dummy! Get back here! I can snipe it from here, no worries. Good doggy, I won't hurt you. Be careful! Draco pulled out meat from inside his robes and tossed it at the growling hound. It stopped and sniffed suspiciously, and then it licked it. Once, twice. See? No harm done. I'm a nice one. The Inferno Hound ripped at the meat with all three of its heads, sharing it equally amongst the mouths. When it was done, it pounced Draco. Everyone gasped. Elnor ran up with her blade drawn, with Loren not far behind. They quickly realized that the hound was not attacking Draco, however, only sniffing him for more food. Whoa there! Oh, not that. That tickles. What are you doing? I think I have a new pet. An Inferno Hound, a pet? Why not? Because he'll eat you in your sleep? They are the demon's allies. The hound didn't attack or growl at anyone. Its 3 sets of eyes were stuck on Draco. Nah, he's fine. I cannot find it in me to kill this hound's child. We should let it live. Fine, but we're not keeping it. It's no one's pet. Entertaining an Inferno Hound is only asking for trouble. Oh, you're my little trouble, aren't you? Loren crinkled her nose. Eleanor, you tell him to get rid of it. I'm saying let's keep the hound. Oh, we actually get to a... Oh, that's wonderful. So what does it count as? Yeah, if we also stand, it gives it lots of points in strap. That's fine. I'm willing to use auto sign on this one. Poison fangs, fire breath, armor skin. That could be pretty nifty. Poison fangs could also be nifty. Let's get those and... Yeah, let's get the poison fangs. I have no problem with Draco keeping it as a pet. What? Wonderful. Another creature saved from the darkness. Yay, animalist. Adopt trouble. Mer approached the dog and pet its middle head. Its tail began to wag and the other heads pushed the middle head out of the way, fighting for Mer's attention. We don't need dead weight. If that mutt's recognized Draco as its new owner, you won't have to worry about that. It'll fight alongside us. I'll kill it if it gets out of line. Same as you, Draco. Draco waited for Loren to leave, to bend down and whisper to the hound. Don't worry, Trouble. She's all bark. Draco led the hound inside the castle walls, and it obediently followed. Trouble became a loyal servant for Loren and her friends. It needed a pack to survive, and Draco was willing to adopt it. Though it was a wild beast that needed domestication in many aspects, its untamed spirit turned it into a formidable ally on the battlefield. They approached the entrance to the castle, and saw that it was covered in cobwebs and more dusty gargoyles. The tall windows, however, were lit as if the castle was lived in. Loren took out her sword, and moved towards the giant doors. "Do not storm the front, they will be expecting that. We are stronger, and it is the easiest way." "Yes, why not? There isn't a fight too difficult for me." "Have you ever met a vampire?" "Let's not be foolhardy. They have dark magic on their side." "Eleanor, what do you think?" "I say we find another way. Vampires are too strong and too clever for us to play by their own game. We need to play by our rules." "Then we find another way inside." "What do you figure?" "I remember. My mother spoke of a secret passageway. Perhaps there is one on the perimeter. I'll begin scouting." They all carefully approached the castle and inspected the exterior for hidden doors. They found a cellar door, and with a quick bash of Rames's axe, the lock was history. The cellar door opened with a dusty creak. "I do not know where this leads, or what will be down there. Everyone should remain vigilant." They walked down into the darkness in a single file. The group found themselves in more of a cave than a room. This must be a passageway to the catacombs under Namar. Can we get to the castle from here? I am certain of it. I suspect the caves form a labyrinth of twists and turns that will be infested with the undead. We should consider splitting it up into 2 parties to double our chances of finding a way into the castle. I will attempt to use my divination to show us the path, so I will lead one group, and I will use my own powers to lead the second group. Very well. I will lead one of the 2 teams, while Eleanor will lead the other. Eleanor, decide who will join you. I trust your decision. Okay. So I think Eleanor's going to take... Let's take Alphysmo with Eleanor. So that's Eleanor, Alphysmo. Let's put the hound in there. Let's also put Cookie in there. And decisions. Let's put Dora and let's put him in there, I think. Finish there. The group split and took opposing tunnels to find a hidden passage into the castle. They walked deep into the catacombs. The sound of water could be heard from an intersecting pathway. The ocean? If it is, then we are in over our heads. Let's follow the sound. Against her better judgment, Eleanor decided that they should at least inspect where the sound was coming from. They walked into a man-made room and saw water leaking from the ceiling. It was coming from a grate cut into the stone. Interesting. That is an excess grate for building sewage. Icky. We're not going to have to go inside that grate, are we? This is a good find, however bad it smells. We know we're near the interior of the castle. They found a passage that led to the direction of where the water was coming from, and they knew they were getting closer to their escape. An intersection of tunnels halted them. The passage on the left looked darker than the others, and the passage on the right looked like it would lead back the way they came. The centre passage was unremarkable. Should we stick to the light? The dark usually does not hold anything in our favour. Let's go left. That's exactly how the vampires want us to think. Eleanor brashly walked right into the dark tunnel and continued to walk against everyone's warnings. Then she bumped her shin onto something hard. Ah! To battle! No, my leg hit something. Eleanor leaned down and felt the presence of a wooden chest. It's a box. It opened easily, and she lifted up the top to see what was inside. By that time, the party was around her with light. She pulled out Scroll of Major Haste. Cool. Looks like the dark was in our favour this one time. Even with their new prize, they still had to find a way out of the catacombs. A small hole appeared in the side of the tunnel. Peering into it revealed another passageway on the other side. Look there. That hole leads to another path. I have a feeling about it, but I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I can check. Easy peasy. She slipped through the hole without trouble. Party heard her tumble down off her feet. Woof! Oops! There's a big drop here, but otherwise it's totally fine. Oh, look, I see a torch over on the wall. I think you guys should come check this out. One by one, they each pried themselves through the crevice to join her. Someone has been here recently. Marvellous, this is just what we needed. They felt their escape from the catacombs grow nearer. Hold. I sense there is something nearby. Treasure? A way out? Monsters? Whatever it may be, we need to reveal it. It is well hidden at the moment. They poked at the ceiling, dirt falling around them. Oh, bugger. A sudden shift in the soil sent the entire ceiling down on top of them. They coughed and dug themselves out of the rubble. Is everyone alright? Dora screamed, seeing the bones of a corpse now laying next to her. Amakuki picked up a skull that had landed near him. We are not the first travellers in these tunnels. Now that we are done cleaning ourselves off, we can proceed. They pressed on the way they were originally going. They came to a fork in the tunnel. Skulls were strewn around the left tunnel's entrance. Eleanor took the first steps to the left tunnel. The bones crunched under her feet, making her very uneasy. The vicious creature who created those bones could have been lurking anywhere in the darkness in front of her. But she had walked far enough without incident. She called back to the party, telling them it was clear. The rest of the party followed after her, and they proceeded down the passageway. Their combined skills brought them success. They had successfully navigated the Namar catacombs, and wound up at what could only be a direct entrance into the castle. A ladder. This will lead us straight up into the interior of the castle. I will contact Mer and show her the path here. Eleanor nodded and stepped up the ladder, but suddenly something caught her attention. They travelled with the aid of their magic to light the way. The tunnel expanded and poured out into an eerie room. Bones and the remnants of dark rituals were scattered around. This evil place. We should have been near an entrance into the castle. Or very far. Everyone jumped from hearing the eerie voice. They saw no one. Come out, whoever you are. A raven swooped down from the ceiling and landed on a rotting table in front of them. Loren watched the bird with much caution. Another shapeshifter? A raven. How cliché. Are you friend or foe? The raven only sat on the table, looking around the room with no discretion. Loren slowly approached it, her hands on her swords. Kill it, while it's in a weak form. I ask that you do not. The same voice from before was now behind them. They turned to see a very old woman leaning against a staff, as if it was the only thing keeping her standing. He is my dearest companion. Who are you? Do you have our Amazon sisters? The old woman smiled, revealing that she had no teeth. I am a friend, not a foe. Those that can speak sometimes call me Mother Mort. I have no Amazons in my collection. They are not with me. They looked around the room and realized that she considered the piles of bones to be hers. So you're not one of those types of reclusive old ladies. The creepy kind? Necromancer. Creepy is an understatement. The old woman laughed a dry laugh, as if the dust would billow from her. I am proud of my work. Listen to me long enough and you will live to see its beauty too. Why should we give an ear to someone who plays with dark magic? We should strike you down. Chambara crossed her arms and rolled her eyes. Dark? I've heard that term before. Dark. Yes, they call this dark magic. She's gone senile. Can we kill her now? You may regret slaying me. I predict you'll regret it very much. Everyone looked at each other. Loren stepped forward. Do you know where my people are? Can you get us there? I do. I can. But I speak of something much greater. You are losing grip upon your world above. The kings of other realms have come to claim it. It will be theirs if you let them. Kings of other realms? Do you speak of the Death Knights? Mother Mort smiled and wheezed. What names this company tells me, it is almost as amusing as my own name. Yes, your Death Knights. There is more than you know. More? There are more Death Knights in Averon. No! They gasped and went silent. One Death Knight was enough to bring their entire world to ruin, but another? How could we have not known? You are mistaken. He is a child king. He is fresh and new, but do not underestimate him. He will take as easily as the king in Everburn. You are a monk from the mountain, yes? She wagged her finger at Salazar. You let this happen. What? You beings are your own worst enemy. You think the creatures of the dark are your culprits, or all your world's problems. No, no. Cultists. No. What do you mean? Ritualists have summoned the new king. They share your blood. Humans, elves, dwarves, they're to blame. I cannot believe this. Cultists have undone hundreds of years of work to keep the Death Knights sealed away. They've invited their own destruction. You are starting to see the world from the eyes below. You can see why I trust the bones and not flesh. Flesh is the true evil. Quiet, necromancer. Loren was demanding, but a small shake in her sword arm revealed that the idea of another Death Knight in the world scared her. What else do you know of this Death Knight? Terribly sorry, it's about... I'm about to cross the 7 o'clock mark, so I'm still kind of sleepy. I can send the king home. He'll go on his way and disappear. The world would be none the wiser. But how? We're building a huge army just for one of them. You will not need an army for this king. He struggles to find allies in the wastes, and he will find little. The other king has already reaped that field. You need my knowledge of his home to send him there. I can bend death to your advantage. How can we trust you? What do you gain from all this? Yeah, aren't you undead folk buddies? We're kindred, but the kings must always be feared. They're blind and will attack all. But it is good for me that some can tell friend from foe. Mother Mort smiled at Loren. We need each other to defeat him, I think. You will not be able to defeat him on your own. What are your terms? 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 The death of the king. What other terms are there? What's the catch? You are very peculiar people. You must want something. Tell us now. Oh, very well. My dear Raven, this company is so taxing. When you have killed the king, he will give you a gift. I will require it. What kind of gift? What if he doesn't give us one? He will bestow something very powerful onto you, I promise, if you follow my specific instructions. In return for the gift, I will give you command of my companions to take down the king in Everburn, along with the safety of your world. So now that you have your frivolous terms, do you accept them? Decisions. I'm assuming we can accept the terms now and then double-cross her later, so... If you can help us defeat the roaming Death Knight, we will work with you obediently. The living may not be such bad company after all. Now that you're our friend, the undead won't attack us anymore, right? All the ones under my command. Very well, I will tell them not to bother you. And the others? I'm not responsible for every walking corpse in the realm, unfortunately. You must still fend off yourselves in the wilderness. Though you have more than enough travellers with you, you should let a zombie win a fight or two. They're usually quite hungry, and it's only polite. No, thank you. We've accepted. Now tell us everything you know. Your Death Knight is hiding in the land of the Orcs. His summoners seek to please him, but they won't. Go to the city of the Orcs. They will take you to him. When you are near to the king, call upon me, and I will guide you. Act quickly and move to kill. He'll know in your eyes what you plan to do. You have a Master of Truth with you. He will be perfect in sending this king home. Will I now? You are friends with many on the other side. You know that realm intimately. Let's say that I do. What are you getting at? You know what the king is and what must be done. I am not volunteering. You'll find you won't have a choice, but do not fear, you will be pleased, very pleased. I will give the king's gift to you. Sousa unfolded his arms and stared blankly at the old woman. Very pleased you will be. And if we don't call upon you? What if we decide to kill the Death Knight on our own? I would enjoy watching you try. I'm sure it would be very amusing indeed. Mother Mort cackled. We're done here. Show us the way into the castle. The necromancer weighed Loren's threat and decided it was worth submitting to. My legs are not what they used to be, but if I must. Mother Mort showed the group the entrance into the castle. The way was covered in cobwebs. You'll find my fallen friends above. They are not very kind to trespassers, but I'm sure that's no concern of yours. Loren said nothing and pushed past the old woman. Karen was close behind. Their Amazon sisters could not wait any longer. Elmore stepped into the dusty castle interior. Everything looked as if it hadn't been touched in ages, but the house clearly looked lived in from the outside. Quiet your voices. They walked through rooms as silently as they could, scanning for any sign of the captured Amazons. After searching everywhere, they were left with the high tower. Entering the tower, they could only ascend a staircase. They climbed up and up. At the top, they ran into a furnished room. You are a persistent bunch. Who? From a chair rose a dapper man. From his pale skin, they could easily recognize him as a vampire. I am Zachary Namar, lord of this castle. You've really come a long way, but you are still utterly uninvited. I would ask you to leave, but as it is, you won't be leaving. I'm truly sorry. You have our sisters captive. We've come to free them and send you back to your grave. Amazons, crude bunch you are. You die. Loren took out her swords, but the vampire just shook his finger at her. Kill me and you will never find your friends. Release them, now! No. Loren jerked forward, but Elmore rushed up instead. Why not? Why did you capture them in the first place? Because they disturbed our solitude. Their invasive snooping was most rude. So they'll be punished. You haven't killed them yet, so you must have something in mind for them. Well done, yes, you're most clever. Zachary began to pace. As much as I enjoy my solitude here, I am unfortunately bound to this castle as well. I cannot leave it, nor can my wife, Valerie. But you see, it is our 300th anniversary soon, and my simple gifts will not do. You are trying my patience. What is the rush? Our sisters, where are they? They are safe, but hidden. What did you plan on using them for? As gifts, for my dearest love. Amazons are not gifts. If you want your friends back, then you must get me something better, something that Valerie will cherish for the millennia to come. That sounds like a deal we'd be interested in accepting. So long as we are not trading lives for more lives. No, I will let you mortals have your sacredness of life if you so want it. I will ask for something material in return. Spit it out, vampire. I believe my love will appreciate a beautiful gem. A diamond, unlike any other. A precious stone, the best I found at dwarven mines. Yes, I want the highest quality diamond you can muster from the Hammerhand's mines. No one just gets to walk into a dwarven mine and pick out that best rock. You're asking a big deal. It's your choice. If the lives of your friends aren't a big deal enough as well. We cannot find our sisters. We must do as he says. He's our only hope for their release. Why can we not just kill him? Loren looked to Elmore for advice. Okay, I've got to agree with Karen. If we kill him, we're never going to find them. Mistress, if you truly wish for the prisoner's safety, then you must do as he asks. Loren frowned deeply and put away her swords. I hate vampires and I hate you, but I will get you your diamond. Stupendous! I will try to ask my house guests not to feast on you in return, but they're a bit rebellious by nature. We'll see how you fare. Farewell, etc. They trekked out of the castle far more easily than they had entered. Their hearts were low, but they were also tired. If they had confronted the vampires directly, they would have had more battles on their hands. We'll have to try and convince the miners in Hammerhands to part with one of their gems. It won't be easy, I can tell you that right now. We'll do what we must to save those women's lives. Oops, got the microphone again. Apologies for that. Right, so the Orcish Waste I need to go to, and it's Hammerhands was the other one. Right, either way, I'm getting near the end of my timer for this video, so I will say thank you very much, and I will see you in the next part.